This is the brilliance of Jim Carrey's physical acting. His expressions are crazy. And that this scream is one of the funniest damn parts.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. What's up? Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. There is no other place I'd rather be than here with you guys, here with Todd, and watching a movie. And you can tell by that background, it's a beautiful background. I love it.
The funniest movie of all time.
It's so 90s. I love it, man. I love just everything about it, the font, the coloring. And Todd's right. It probably is the funniest movie of all time. I think there's, you could argue there's a couple of contenders in there, but Dumb and Dumber's it. As far as like just laughs per second, pound for pound, you can't fight it on that. Vacation's up there in its own way.
Yeah.
But this takes the
This is
taco.
so quotable, man. Everything's quotable.
Before we get started with the film, we do have it linked up for you guys, right? It's in the video. It'll be in
the description. It's a
all right, we'll keep it there too. Hopefully when the video goes live, and or you could just pull out the old VHS like our boy Blaine's doing here.
Yeah.
Everybody should have a copy of this. For the record, we're not watching the director's cut. Do not watch that version. It's terrible. It's horrible. It's the reason why editing exists, because it literally becomes one of the funniest movies of all time into a pretty cringe movie. And other than that, just want to remind everybody, if you're watching the live stream, we do these Wednesdays and Fridays. Do like the chat, help us out with the algorithms, drop a comment. If you're watching the video after the fact, same thing goes. Please like the video, please subscribe if you haven't already. And tons of people don't subscribe. We get people that watch and they don't subscribe, and I think that's the case with YouTube in general. I think the algorithms are so trained now, and I'm guilty of it too, man. Like, there's some big outlets that I watch and I'm guilty of not subscribing, but to be fair, they're not small creators, they're like big conglomerate stuff, and sometimes it's like, why do you need to? Help us out, definitely subscribe. And last pitch, if you guys haven't already seen it, please follow my personal YouTube page. I've linked it in every video if you guys want to check out the teaser of my short film. And last but not least, if you want to join us and support us anymore, you can become a member. We have exclusive content up. We just dropped the Hostel exclusive member commentary. It's fantastic.
That was fun, man.
If I do say so myself, it's one of our best ones. It really pains me that it's behind a paywall. It really does.
Well,
but it's amazing, and we were on fire, dude, and that was such a fun time, and it was a great time to talk about that after not seeing it for like almost 20 years. So but anyway, that's it. We're gonna go ahead and get started in 3. Oh, by the way, it's the way the file starts. The file we're working off here, it pretty much starts on the frame of the Austrian girl. Like, there's no New Line Cinema, so pretty much queued up, 0 seconds. We're seeing the back of the girl in the limo in front.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, guys. There will be a cue on the video. I'm going to put the video on there where you can see it. 3, 2, 1, play. Austria. So it's going to be really hard. The reason why we don't do too many comedies is because there's this fear of
overquoting.
Just quoting the whole damn movie the whole time, and we don't want to do that. But this is such a great time capsule that I'm excited to talk about just the 90s in general, man, and where we were at when this was firing off. And this was Jim Carrey's year. This is when he had The Mask and Ace Ventura and Dumb and Dumber, just wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And it just made him this huge star. And
this dropped December 16th, 94. So this is. What was The Mask? Was that 95?
They were all the same year.
Oh, they were in that. That was 94 too. Okay.
Asking gotcha. They were all. That's why he had just catapult of a year, man. He just blew up, dude, because he had these 3 massive flicks. And then in 1995, he was in Batman Forever.
Gotcha.
Right. I mean, he was just hot to trot, dude.
Yeah.
And back then, if you were hot, you were getting cast in a Batman movie.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. No, this movie, of course, holds a special place. This is a movie I remember walking to the theater. I saw this 3 or 4 times, I believe. Maybe even more. I don't remember, but we live like right next to a cinema, and we always like hit up the matinees back, and it was like $3, Q Cinema 9. And man, this was our favorite movie, and it still is to this day. Me and my brother and Aaron as well. But Man, it's just yeah, it's timeless, man.
One of the only things that I could sort of bond with my dad on a little bit is he loved this damn movie.
Oh,
And
really?
he would all the time, love this
Yeah.
movie. Dude, my grandfather loved this movie. Everybody loves this movie. It's so
Yeah.
cross-generational. And that's kind of the brilliance of it is it's not R-rated. It's
Yeah.
PG-13. It's clean enough to where, you know, it's gonna appease your grandparents, but it's also just it's too damn funny. If a movie's funny, you don't need swearing.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
movie's hilarious. And you know what? But it's just raunchy enough. But it's stupid dad raunchy, like the snowman, the balls, and the carrot. It's just so dumb.
Who ordered
And
the Wiener Schnitzel?
yeah,
Roast
yeah, in
beef
your
au jus?
dreams. It's so dumb. And like I know it's kind of normally I kind of hate movies that go for the easy shit humor, but this movie
Oh
owned
man,
it.
shit
This
humor's the best, man.
but this movie, correction, you can't get away with poop humor after this movie. This movie,
Yeah.
it's got the copyright on shit humor. No
Yeah.
one else can touch it. So yeah, we used to talk about it all the time. And I remember when this movie was out, 94 to 96, he had such an impression on all the kids our age. And I remember my dad making fun of me one time. He was like, "Do you know you're talking like Jim Carrey? You fucking asshole." Like I probably was subconsciously. Like I was saying a joke and I probably did that cadence. You know, didn't even realize it. And it was just everywhere. Kids were
Yeah.
doing it.
I remember going to the grocery store and buying the Banaka because I always like, you know, he sprays it here. Back in elementary school, spraying that shit in my mouth, pretending I was Lloyd Christmas.
That's the second pitch for Banaka because it was also an Ace Ventura. Maybe
Oh,
some
yeah.
Banaka.
That's
I like to
right.
ask you a few questions. Yeah. And you know, looking at the runtime, this is almost this is over an hour and 45 minutes, which
Yeah.
actually for a comedy in the 90s, I think is kind of long, but this movie just flies by. This is exactly what you want in a comedy. There should never be a dull moment. Every single scene is memorable.
Mhm.
And when we were talking about how it's very cross-generational, it pleases everybody with the PG-13 rating. That's what sucks about that unrated cut.
Mhm.
It's just the scenes that they plug in there, they're too raunchy and they take away. You remember when Ren and Stimpy came back on Spike TV
Yeah, yeah.
and they just kind of took away all the subtlety
Mhm.
and they just legit made Ren and Stimpy gay and dude, it wasn't funny anymore.
Yeah.
It's all this the subtlety and the undertones and there's that whole extended scene in the Love Hotel when they're listening to the people next door. None of it works. And to be
And
fair, a lot of it sounds like it's just Jim Carrey riffing. It's riff takes.
the
And
extended bird scene as well, where they twist his head off. It's like, I mean, that's the best part. I did, you know, and they just cut the scene there. I taught putty tat.
yeah, and what's funny is the stuff that the Farrelly brothers, they've had a couple of good movies. I mean, I know people like Son About Mary. Son About Mary's funny,
Yeah.
and I think the first half of Me, Myself, and Irene is really, really good.
Yeah.
But
Great,
but what's funny is when you watch the unrated version of this movie, then it kind of feels like, oh, this feels like a modern Farrelly Brothers movie.
Mhm.
So that to me, that is the Farrellys, and for some reason, man, who they nailed it in the edit. They got it edited down just right because that humor they have in this unrated version that they put that shit in other movies. Like
Yeah.
something about Mary is like that, but it kind of
Yeah.
lands better. But hey, watch out!
You drive around the mutt cut.
I used to
mobile,
love
dude.
this
Oh,
when the car
God.
went over
Yeah.
the hill and you heard the it's really funny, man. Yeah,
Oh.
100%. It's a perfect film, and Mary was very, very hot. When you get to see that ass shot, when in the dream sequence, when he like pulls up her
Oh,
ass,
yeah,
and you sneak
yeah,
a
yeah.
peek,
Oh,
dude,
yeah. Yeah.
ass like a 10-year-old boy, perfect.
I
You know
bathed
what's
him and clipped him myself.
you know what's so funny, Blaine? Kingpin. He's talking about Kingpin here is top tier. I've never been able to appreciate Kingpin.
Oh, Kingpin's hysterical. It's not as
I
good
need
as this, but
I need to watch it and give it more of a fair shake, just because I don't know why, man. Like I've watched it a couple of times. I don't know it super duper well, but there's people that just praise it, and so I need to revisit it. But I really do think the Farrellys kind of peaked here, and this Human Place, yeah, Jeff Daniels. only got paid $50K. Yeah, so that's the story.
That's crazy.
Well, Jim Carrey was the draw at the time. I think this was his third in that three-peat, like huge success. He had done Mask, and then I think or Ace Ventura, then Mask, or Mask and Ace Ventura. I think this was the third one. I might be wrong, but yeah, Jeff Daniels. They didn't want him obviously because he's not a comedic actor. He was a serious actor.
Yeah,
and yeah, I mean he did it for chump change, man.
I mean, this made $247 million.
Yeah, even recently, up until like recently, he did an interview and he said this was the best career movie ever did was doing Dumb and Dumber. Because for somebody that's a dramatic actor, he did films before this. After this, he never really went back to comedy. Well, except for Dumber and Dumber 2, which we don't say here. And it's still his defining role. And he's not a comedic actor, but he's brilliant in this. They play. I don't know who. Maybe it's the brilliance of Jim Carrey that Jeff Daniels plays off him so well, but they both just play off each other so perfectly.
This is one of the funniest parts right here. Aaron did the same scene or whatever when I was leaving Arizona with my wife or whatever. He reenacted it as he was driving away. Goodbye, my love.
I don't even remember that, but I probably did it.
I was laughing my ass off, dude.
It's like, you big goof. That's so fucking stupid. But what about these goons though? You got Mike Starr and you got what is Shay's name again? What's her real name? Oh, I used to know her name because she's in Blank Check. I used to know her name. It's leaving me. But I remember she was on the Tonight Show, and I remember her talking about, so what have you been working on? She's like, well, Blank Check and Dumb and Dumber kept me really busy lately. And I'm like, you don't have anything else, do you? And you never saw her again.
Karen Duffy,
that's her name. Yeah, she kissed a child in Blank Check. That's what everybody talks about.
Yeah, it's the same
that's what
one,
everybody talks about that now. It's like, how was this okay back in the 90s? When she's like, call me in a few years when you're of age, and he like literally makes out with him under the fountain. It is kind of creepy. He's like, I'll do that. And you know what? Preston's just gonna be jacking off into you until that day comes. Every night.
Absolutely. I used to have the hot set for that scene, man.
God, if you were like a 10-year-old and that fine piece, that grown woman like made out with you and then told you she'll be waiting for you moist for you to turn 18, you'd be living off.
It's like that. It's like that Demi Moore video of kissing that kid or whatever, dude.
Which one? Oh, at the party.
Yeah, at the party.
Weird, dude.
Yeah.
Weird. I just love the look on this guy. Says, ooh,
yeah,
it's okay. I'm a limo driver. And I like how he doesn't even try to stop him. He's like, oh, okay, your funeral.
He just wants to watch him.
Yeah, he's like, he could have yelled like, hey, look,
jetway again. Yeah.
You know what's funny is I think on the and I apologize for the coughing. I keep trying to mute him.
Yeah, I too.
Dude, it's just brutal with what's going on. I think, was it on the trailer or is it on the unrated version where he's actually facing the other way? They took another take where he's like face down.
That was Liar Liar, wasn't it?
Oh,
are you thinking of Liar Liar?
Man, now you got me confused. I'm pretty sure maybe it's a Mandela effect, maybe it's the trailer, but I swear they used a different take. Because that was in the trailer, right? Ooh. And I think they used another take where he's like face first.
Yeah, because I'm looking through the unrated stuff and I don't see that part in there. So
maybe it was a trailer thing. Yeah, Blaine says 2 takes of The Fall. I'm pretty sure I always noticed something like that where there was because I don't think there's a more memorable studio when I was a kid in the 90s than New Line Cinema.
Oh yeah.
And how all those VHSs had trailers for Friday, trailers for all these movies. And I think that was a thing. Yeah, so Blaine's seen both. Yeah, I knew I wasn't too crazy. Rye Dog, what's up, brother? He says, man? My mother brought this movie home when it first came out. Your mom rules.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
I don't, when this movie came out, I was living in Kentucky, the same town where we had that mom and pop shop I always talk about, where I used to rent all my videos that I cut my teeth on. My grandmother, my dad's mother, she was huge into renting movies and she loved comedies. Terrible woman, always wore a muumuu, made me massage her feet with the gross lotion.
Oh, corns on her feet.
Absolutely. They pop, dude.
Oh,
and it just trauma. I don't want to get into that. This is a happy time, but She loved comedies, so she was always she rented this the second it came out, and she would rent these movies over and over again. She rented Billy Madison, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got to see all these movies of the day. And she rented Pulp Fiction. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. Like, what? You know, why is John Travolta alive now? But so she has that going for her. But the problem with her in watching a movie with her is whenever something was funny, she would die laughing, and it would just be like Smokey's mom. No, she did really loud, and she would stop it and rewind it a million times. And she'd have to watch it a million times before she was ready to move on, and she would just die laughing 20 times. And a movie like this is like every 2 damn seconds because this movie's hilarious.
Yeah.
So
is that your mom's mom?
My dad's mom.
Oh, your dad's mom. Okay.
No, my mom's mom couldn't be any more different. Yeah, it's so funny because she's loud, kind of like my mom.
Yeah.
But no, my mom's parents are like good Christian people, very soft spoken. They don't watch anything filthy. So it's different. I say we bail. So the scream from the trailer isn't in the movie either, if I remember right. Yeah. That's right. They always what do they call that? The Wilhelm scream or whatever. Were they using that? What's that? The sound bank scream that they at the library? Find a happy place. Oh, yeah, Sean, the happy place scene, that's a huge one that was altered with and that one just takes it too far where they show Seabass with like his like little thong, his Speedo. He's like, ooh.
His got leopard print or whatever thong.
It goes too far. It's so much more funny to have him pop open and you see like that weird surprise smile on his face and Lloyd just go, ah! And then it cut back to the gas pump or whatever, and then when it comes back, find a happy place. It's so funny. Yeah, that's when it comes back again, and you know,
sucking.
It just leaves more to the imagination. Yeah. So this is one of these movies where we don't really have to narrate it too much because everybody's seen this damn movie.
Yeah,
but obviously they go home and they thought the gas man was looking for him, and they bailed. And I love it. This is the Rhode Island slut.
Yeah.
I used to want to read the Rhode Island.
Oh
slut
yeah,
so bad, dude. And I love this dude. The bear.
Hey, little old lady.
It's ridiculous. The Bare Essentials. Look at what the fucking windmills.
Yeah.
Cripes.
Where's the booze?
I got robbed by a little old lady on a motorized cart.
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't know, man. And I used to quote this whole line with the whole, slow and dangerous behind the wheel can't still serve a purpose.
Yeah,
don't you go dying on me. It's so funny.
She's riding around the rascal.
Sean says
I think we lost you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, you kind of cut out for a second.
It was probably me. Sorry.
Yeah, it's you. I'm just trying not to acknowledge it because it'll be fine in post.
Okay.
But yeah, the director's cut is a sin, dude. And I'm calling it the director's cut. Todd's calling it the unrated cut. But in my opinion, you don't release that unless you endorse it. It's just it just doesn't work, man. I've done that a few times where I've come home, I had to drop to my knees and I slam the door when I've had a bad day. And I'm on my hands and knees. Yeah. So we all know the drill. He's going to he's damn near unaliving himself. He's like he's at the end of his wits, but then he gets this great idea. The briefcase. Let's go to a place where they can be plugged into the social pipeline because he knows somebody, where the beer flows like wine.
And can we mention this is one of the best film soundtracks out there. I have this soundtrack. I wish it was on vinyl, man, because I definitely pick it up. But you have Crash Test Dummies. Dead Eye Dick was a huge song, that New Age Girl at the time. Ballad for Peter Pumpkinhead was on the actual album. It wasn't
but they play that during the scene.
They play it, yeah. But you have Butthole Surfers, you have Green Jelly, the Proclaimers are in here. Yeah. I mean, it's a great album.
I never owned the soundtrack. Yeah, Riverman used to blast this all the time in his Corsica back in the day. And
where I find my heaven. Yeah. What a great soundtrack.
And it's a great soundtrack because whenever you hear those songs elsewhere, you can picture exactly the point in the movie they go like, feels like you're running at an incredible pace, Harry. Yeah.
What state they're in,
Incredible rate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really funny. But I never owned it. But I could tell, I mean, obviously this movie is embodied with its 90s soundtrack. And what's funny is I normally don't like that kind of music, but I love it because it's Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
But I'd never be caught dead listening to Crash Test Dummies normally, or a Butthole
I do.
album. I'm not surprised by this. Todd pretty much never left the 90s. Todd, as the tale goes, Todd wore cargo pants and cargo shorts all the way up until, I don't think you abandoned those until
college
10 years ago. I mean, he was wearing it for way too long. When did you finally ditch your puka shell necklace?
Probably 2004.
Too late.
Yeah.
Too late. Really? Was it 2004?
I don't remember.
But Todd was always blasting the Counting Crows and stuff like that. And, fair enough. Rye Dog, I was only 10 or 11 and a lot of the jokes went over my head. It wasn't until I was older I realized how brilliant this movie is. So I would have been 8. Wow. So I was younger. And then I don't know. I'm trying to think if there's any jokes that I came to understand a bit later that I don't now. I think I kind of always understood the find a happy place scene. I mean, I didn't think he was just going to kick the shit out of him. For manly love, meet here at and I love the whole fucking thing. Throw the salt, dude. I just love that. We're like, who's the dead man? Hit me with the salt shaker, and I just love. So fucking funny, dude. I never understood how they didn't go with the chicks on the bus. It's because they're dumb and dumber. Yeah, it's so funny.
You always get guys pissed. You get pissed off at the end when they miss the bus or when they let it go by.
It's so funny. I like that. If you stop loving me, I'm gonna. What is that? Todd, what's that song? If you stop loving me, I'm gonna
unalive myself. Yeah.
It's a great song. Who sings that one?
Let me see.
You should know off the top of your head, man. You love the soundtrack. Yeah, exactly. This human, because they're dumb. That's why they don't get on the bus. Oh yeah, it feels like
Peter Drogue.
Yeah, there's a lot of those great soundtracks that have these no-name people that never really had any hits. There is this really good song on the Batman Forever soundtrack that came out a year later by this like Scottish folk singer. I think her name was Eddie Reader. It's so damn good, but she like never had any songs outside of that or whatever was a big hit. But yeah, Blaine's a 90s guy too.
Awesome, Blaine.
Yo, Deadbird Petey sold some stuff. Baseball cards. Yeah, the way they handle the way they handle this is so much funnier. It goes on way too long in the director's cut. Pretty Bird. And I used to love the hard copy thing. I just thought he was real quiet.
Oh yeah. Remember watching the Current Affair, dude?
Yeah. I thought it was hard copy.
No, it was Current Affair.
Are we sure?
I think it was Current Affair. In the chat, somebody can.
Well, we'll find out. I know I might be confusing one for the other on Adam's Family Values, because remember she was like watching one of the Current Affair hard copy, murder, but I think it's hard copy, but we'll see. You might be right.
He doesn't even do a good tape job, dude. That's what's so funny about him.
I mean, is there anything duct tape can't do, though? That's a great advertisement for it. Dear Gas Man packed up and drove to Aspen. Sorry about the money. The smiley face.
How the hell does he know I have gas?
Yeah. So what's the extended scene on this one again? What do they do? There's more to this, right?
Okay. Let me go through that. No, it was the bird scene. So did they kill the bird? No, the bird's dead. So basically, they ripped the head off of the bird, and then she makes like a weird face. Yeah, that sort of thing.
Petey didn't have a head. Harry had to take care of it. Yeah. So Rye Dog is siding with you. I guess it is Current Affair. Then maybe Adam's Family Values is hard copy. I love this dude. I always want to. Excuse me, Flo. I've always wanted to eat Actually, can anybody do any truck stop restaurants, diners like this, and not think of Dumb and Dumber?
Oh God, I'm sure they get it all the time.
Excuse me, Flo. What's the soup du jour? I mean, Are they on the spectrum or what's going on? I mean, back in the day, you could just be stupid, but like I think today it'd be like too sensitive.
Seabass and the guys said they're going to pick up the check. Seabass said that?
That's funny. But yeah, so I can't go to a place like this without thinking about it. And of course, everybody, even if you're not saying it to the, I like mingling with these laid back country folks. I like it a lot. But yeah, so Seabass is great. Seabass is one of the most memorable. I think the most memorable line I think that I've heard spewed is "kick his ass, Seabass." Like at least in our school, I swear to God, everybody was saying "kick his ass, Seabass, kick his ass, Seabass," which is funny because it's not even like one of the. It's not the line you think people would quote all the time.
So one of the unedited scenes, unrated scenes, was Harry says that there's no bubbles in his soda, so the waitress takes the cup and then blows bubbles in his soda with the straw.
Oh, and that's stupid. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just really dumb. I remember that. Yeah, I've only watched it one time, so I'm gonna be rough on some of that stuff. Blaine, like I you might be telling the truth, but I certainly don't remember there being a scene where Karen Duffy takes a dump. Was there? What was she like taking the dump and come on, Joe, let me do both of them. Was she like taking a shit in the weeds before that or something?
Oh, I think she might have been.
I don't know, but I don't need to be seeing any of that. I don't need them to ruin my thoughts about her. I love this. I love this. The cut to Lloyd's face is so funny. He's like, you totally went chicken out, man. The dude hawked to my burger.
So yeah, the director's cut has the more pronounced loogie scene where you see the loogie and everything like that.
Yeah, and that's just gross. That's not necessary. We hear it and we look at Lloyd's expression, and that's just perfect. I think I might have learned the term hawk from this.
Oh, really?
Hawk to my burger. I don't think I knew that as a term for like, hawking a loogie. It's so funny.
Well, the grabby guys around the beers to bury the hatchet.
Round of beers to bury the hatchet. Make it 4 broiler makers. Whatever you want, sir. I'll have the just freaking right over. It's funny though. It was a good one. You couldn't expect these guys to outsmart them. Well, in the movie,
he came up half a mile and slit his throat. It was a good one.
It was a good one. Harry, I gotta pee. You can't pull over now. I love that. I gotta stop.
It's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
Yeah, we're gonna get Harlan Williams, who's a funny ass comedian. God, I think he's great. He was in a few movies in the 90s. He had the appearance in Something About Mary, and I know he was like in Half Baked.
Yeah.
And he was in that one movie that's going to where he went to space. I don't remember what it was, but Man on the Moon, Rocket Man. I think it's called.
Rocket Man. Yeah,
I remember. And he kind of fell off of all that, but he is so funny, dude. His stand up is hilarious. And if you guys ever watch like Kill Tony or anything like that, when he's on there, he's so funny. He's one of the best guests, but he's great. He's got the ultimate gobbler, dude. I strive to have a gobbler like Harlan Williams. He has no neck. Why are the waitresses and shit like? Why are all the waitresses and everybody else running out too? What the fuck are they gonna do?
I don't know. They're good friends with Seabass. I have no idea.
Well, if they were that good friends with him, they wouldn't have bought. Seabass said that. She even was skeptic, dude.
Yeah.
All right, if that's what he wants. If I knew you that well, I'd be like, well, let me go confirm. Let me go see what Todd says about this. Let me just double.
And then when they start grabbing a bunch of shit off the counter.
Yeah, and these two like.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches, hard cut to maniacal laughter. Yeah, sons of bitches. Oh yeah, that is a great hard cut. Yeah, I gotta pee. Oh, dude. And first of all, we always talk about how this is the greatest comedy ever, but it's like the best road movie ever.
Oh yeah.
And this is so funny. Everybody can relate to all this stuff. Having to pee in a bottle and stuff like that. Yeah. Have I ever told you my pee in a bottle story?
No, I don't think so.
So we were driving to I visited home a handful of years, like maybe 10 years ago. And my mom was living there. My brother came home from the military, and we took a trip up to the nearest casino, which is like an hour and a half away. And we're driving on the highway in the middle of the night, and it's really cold. It's wintertime, and I'm riding bitch. I think my mom was driving, and I had to piss, man. So I pissed in a bottle, and I did the whole thing, whatever. And I had it, and I was going to chuck it It was a Solo cup, maybe. Actually, it was a Solo. It was a red Solo cup. I pissed in it, and I rolled down my window, and I threw it out the window, and we're going like 70 miles an hour on the highway. What I didn't know was my military brother had his window open in the back seat right behind me. So I threw it out the window, and it just sucked into his window, and it went all over him. It was like, ah! Just like his Solo cup full of piss, just like, and he was totally unsafe. He didn't even know I was peeing. It was just, he just like minding his business, probably on his phone, and he just fucking just gets blasted. Oh, it was so gross. I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, I felt bad because that's not cool, but I'm like, dude, it was just too damn funny, and I couldn't get a genuine enough apology out. And when we got to the casino, surprisingly, he handled it very well, and he was just like in the bathroom, like wiping off his leather jacket and piss everywhere, like washing his hair. But it's the funniest damn thing. Yeah, Harlan is funny in Half Baked.
Yeah, he's great in that movie.
Yeah, we could. I haven't seen Half Baked in forever, but that movie's been. Yeah, dude, my brother got a golden shower for real. This is one of the funniest JRE guests ever for sure. Yeah. So he was on Joe Rogan too. Yeah, I saw that too. But he's funny.
I mean, the way he acts when he takes a drink of the piss, I mean, that's exactly the way you would think somebody would do it too.
And you know, it's totally improv. Like, you can't really direct that. Like, just
I know he did a great job.
The little ticks or whatever. Get the hell out of here, tick tack, sir. I wouldn't even be surprised if like lines like that were improv. Tick tack, sir.
Yeah.
There's some. He's just like vomiting in the background. Why would you tell him to get out of here? I'd be like, you get the fuck out of the car right now, and I'd take my baton to his ass. Make me drink your piss.
Pumpkin pie.
That same brother has a twin, and that twin used to piss in his beer bottles because he was so addicted to online gaming. Like he wouldn't even get up to go 10 feet to the bathroom. He would stay there and piss in all his bottles, and they would just collect near him, whatever, like those, like anybody in their early 20s does. And I remember my brother, the one that I pissed on inadvertently, he came home and he grabbed one of the beers thinking it was his, and he fucking drank it. And he got so pissed, and he just had this moment like, this is your fucking piss. Like, he didn't react like that, but I swear, I think he took him by his collar and drug him out by the apartment pool. Was going to drown his ass. But it's funny because he was way cooler with mine. But I don't know. I guess I got him on a good day. And it was so funny because my brother, Dr. Sleaze, he did the same thing when he was living at my mom's house. This same brother, he was like, he had, what are those, like, not those like bitch drinks, like mangaritas or whatever they are.
Yeah.
Whatever. He peed in one, and my brother drank it. And then he didn't even know. He just thought, it was like, Andrew, he was like drinking this thing. He didn't stop. Dr. Sleaze. I'm like, dude, that's his fucking piss bottle. He's like, I thought it tasted kind of fucking bad. I just thought it was just piss water. I thought that's how his bullshit tastes. And he's like, he handled he handled it really well and just said like, whatever. Because Dr. Sleaze has been through everything. He's like, it's just a fucking another thing. Just took it like a champ, dude. Where we at?
Mike Starr in this role is great too, man. He plays the henchman pretty well.
Well, hold on. This is the best scene. A lot of people have done the daydream while driving scene. Obviously, the Clark Griswold's pretty classic too. Dragging the fence and shit. I don't know which one's. Is this better?
This one's better.
That we're here. That's pretty classic too. But yeah, this is where we get to see Mary's ass, which is great. He lights his
farts on fire.
Oh, I love it. And then he throws like the cashews or whatever. Yeah. Like, it's so stupid. This movie is 90% just unleashing Jim Carrey. Just fucking just go off the hinges. Do whatever you want. I love it, as if you can really see it from down there. Yeah. Do you love me? No, that's a real nice ski mask. That's a joke that I didn't get. Whoever said that earlier, Rye Dog, I think it was you, that I didn't get when I was a kid. Now, as an adult, I understand he's talking about a grape.
Yeah.
That's what do you love me? Yeah. No, that's a real nice ski mask.
Yeah.
And it's pretty funny.
And then ripping the guy's heart out or whatever, and putting it in the doggy bag. I mean,
dude, I'm scarred though, because my grandmother rewound that part a million times.
Oh, really?
She thought it was so funny when he pulled out the doggy bag. Like, oh, she like died. Yeah.
Oh.
And I remember like when he first ripped the heart out, I love the waiter.
Hey, that's what's his name? No, is he the guy from? No, he looks like a familiar actor.
I don't know, might be one of the Farrellys for all I know. I can never remember what the Farrellys look like. But yeah, so like I remember the first time we watched this and he ripped the heart out of that guy. My grandma, my mom literally jumped like, "Oh my god, they're playing that music, the high pitched strings." I love this dude, the biting the nuts. This is so next level. And he bit him right on the schlong, dude. He went right to the right, dude.
The cook. Here comes the cook.
No, but I remember like the gasp when he ripped the heart out and they're doing that the music. And then when he pulls out that doggy bag, it's just so funny. And then everybody started dying laughing again.
Well, it's because Mortal Kombat was really hot at the time. So
yeah. And I envy you because you said you got to see this in the theater. And multiple times. I would have loved to have seen it in the theaters. And we just didn't get to go to the movies that often back then when I was a kid. It's funny. Yeah, when he gets his ass beat, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I guess that was a direct response to Mortal Kombat. You're right. It had to have been.
Because, I mean, Mortal Kombat came out, what, 95?
He's even doing like a Mortal Kombat like pose, like a wind pose. Yeah, this is a brilliant scene. And this scene's also great too, because after this, I love it when he's taking Mary back and she takes off her shirt. And I love when he takes off his jacket and he goes, oh, he gets the shivers, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I love it, dude. And of course, we get the famous headlight scene, which is brilliant. Have you ever had an experience like that where you like fell asleep, dude, for a second on the road?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Like where it was that close of a call?
Driving home from an amusement park, yeah, in the middle of the night, yeah.
They won Best Kiss at the MTV Movie
I remember
Awards.
that. Yep, I remember watching that.
And I like all the it's all ADR. It's really awkward when you just start focusing on the ADR.
I think he was up against himself with Ace Ventura 2, right? Where he used his tongue or whatever. He just kisses her or whatever.
Ace Ventura 2 is after.
Or maybe that was the next year. But I remember that was up for MTV too.
Yeah. Okay. Have you ever had a situation like that where there's like a car and you had to
No. But I had to pull over after because I fell asleep.
You were like doing this?
Yeah.
You did fall asleep. But you could have not for a second and it scared you.
Yeah.
Were you driving alone, dude?
No. I was with some kids from not high school. They went to a different high school. But we went down to Worlds of Fun. And I had to drive, which sucked. 8 hours at the amusement park and then driving home.
Did the ridges on the sidewall of the street, did they wake you up? Yeah, those things are great. I don't remember what year they implemented those, but yeah, Blaine, I think he married Mary in real life. I think they were married for a time.
Not long.
Lauren Holly. Yeah.
Don't they have a kid together?
No, I don't think so. Deleted scene. Well, this isn't a deleted scene, but this is where they extended the scene.
Yeah.
Some little filly break your heart. No, it was a girl. Oh, Freda Felcher.
We got a John Deere letter.
Yeah, this whole scene ends with never found out who though. It ends with a brilliant shot of him just kind of looking towards the camera like, it's perfect. Yeah, the scene once again, what they extended this to with them like listening on the wall and stuff is just really cringe. I took out someone's mailbox once when that happened. Human Place. Oh, so you were in the middle of a neighborhood, a residential area, or were you like, was it a business or what?
He turned his back on me. I kind of like it.
Oh, you made me mad. I kind of like it. Get off the phone. Dude, I avoid driving at night at all costs if I can. I really hate it. Yeah, I have like astigmatism, so like all the lights look fucking weird. I just don't like it, man. I just don't like it. I'm sorry, Mr. Andre. You were saying? What about this guy? This guy is from he must have had a day off from doing It's Pat the movie.
Was he in that?
Yeah, he's the main guy that becomes obsessed with Pat. And he's like,
what's his name? Bobby? What's his name in this? Nicholas Andre.
Mr. Andre. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Andre. You were saying? I love that.
Charles Rocket. What else is he in?
He's in quite a
Hocus
bit.
Pocus. Yeah, he's in a lot of movies.
But yeah, he was the main. Ended up being antagonist in It's Pat the movie, and he became so obsessed with Pat, infatuated with Pat, and he just had to know the sex. I don't know, because he's probably sexually confused. But I love there was that scene where he was wearing the Pat wig and the glasses on the computer, and he's just like coming one with Pat. That's really a bad movie,
Oh,
man.
it's terrible, dude. I rented that when I was a kid.
Oh, Charles Rocket unalived himself?
Really?
I didn't know that. That's too bad. Is it because of Pat?
I don't know. What was that? Yeah, he died in 05.
Oh, it's too bad. How'd he do it?
Let's look.
Human Place, Country Roads. Yeah. My dad, when I was a teenager, my dad drove my 89 Honda Accord. He was speeding down some like windy country roads in a rainstorm, dude, while drinking fucking Jack Daniels. And he rolled it off a fucking cliff like 7 times.
Gosh.
What?
Okay, Rocket was found dead in Connecticut.
Keep it clean enough,
with his
slit or asphyxiation. Was he doing the old carotene?
Slit.
So he was. Then he was killed by somebody else. Then
10 days later, the medical examiner ruled the death unalived himself.
How you can unalive yourself by doing that?
There's no way. There was no criminal aspect to the case, they said.
Did it make sense to the people he left behind? Like, oh yeah,
I have no idea. I'm just going based off of what's on Wikipedia.
If you're gonna do that, first of all, even if a human could do that, what human would do that?
I don't know.
There's easier ways to do it, right? Why would you put yourself?
Why Seabass did?
It's terrible, dude.
He's got a gun. The guy caught up to him about a half a mile down the road.
Every time I see a scene in this movie, I think it's the best scene in the movie. This is obviously classic. You can't triple stamp a double stamp. You can't triple stamp a double.
Lloyd.
Have you had this experience yet as a dad, like on a road trip?
All the time.
And your kids are like annoying you? You're like,
all the time. It's nonstop, man.
I think maybe that is the pro. I'm having a girl. Like we're having our first kid in August. That is the plus to having a girl is I at least it won't be a huge ball of energy. It'll probably be a lot calmer. I think the drama with the girl will come later in the teen years and preteen years, when they kind of go through that I hate you phase. Yeah. So that's probably what I'll go through. You don't really go through that so much with boys, but at least like she probably won't be swinging from the chandeliers and stuff like that. And she'll probably be calm. Well, hopefully,
Yeah.
Mockingbird every.
Man, that's so sad about Charles Rocket. I didn't know about that. That's nuts.
Yeah, I call foul play.
No. Pick them up.
Let's do both of them. Hey, here in Arizona, you see that in every corner, dude.
Yeah.
Well, it's usually the guys with like work signs at a Home Depot. At all the Home Depots, you have all the like illegal like immigrants or whatever. And the people just pull up with their pickup truck and they'll load up because they know it's just kind of where you go when you want day work.
Yeah.
Dante's Inferno, dude. I was reading something. Dante's Inferno is that building is something else. I don't know if actually it was a restaurant back then or if it's now a different building.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was a restaurant.
I think they just makeshifted the outside.
I saw something on Facebook about that too. Filming locations.
Hey, thanks, Blaine. Yeah, we're gonna have the kid in August, and it was weird because everybody under the sun was saying, "Oh, it's gonna be a boy. It's gonna be a boy," and I kept saying, "Guys, not that either one is good or bad, but I'm like, you guys are gonna make it be a girl. Like, what are you talking about?" Because I was manifesting a boy because I think it's natural. Because I feel like I've already got the roadmap because I was a boy. I still am. But you know what I mean? And then when you're having a girl, it's like, holy shit. Now it's like, I got to rewire everything. It's like a totally different approach. It's not like I don't have the training for a girl. So, but like I said, there's going to be pros and cons to it. And you know, some of my best friends are girl dads, and they're like, oh, they wouldn't trade it for the world. It's a certain dynamic that a father and daughter has. So not too worried about it. I'll be a total pushover, dude. I'll be the good cop. I know it. All the time. You know, my wife's capable. She works with kids. She's capable of being the authoritarian with that stuff. So
Yeah, I got 2 boys, so I'm not. I don't know what to tell you, man.
sorry about the Charles Rocket info. Yeah, I don't know why that just I missed that.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
Look at the butt on that. He must work out. That one went over. Oh, really? That one went over your head? Yeah, he must work out. That's so funny. Look at the bumps on that. Yeah. So I love how they just straight up murder him. Check, please. Why are they allowed to leave, dude?
I have no
They
idea.
just sneak out.
I can't believe that this movie isn't on. Well, I think they
Criterion.
No, they might have announced a 4K of it last year.
Maybe.
I don't know
Yeah,
who
it's
was
still
going to come
not.
out with it.
I just have to have they can put the shitty director's cut on there if they want. Just give me the original cut.
I'm sure they would.
Give me the option, dude. And I can you guys think of a worse sequel?
Oh,
Like the biggest crying shame
the
ever,
shittiest movie ever.
I
man.
wasn't even looking forward to it when it was getting marketed and stuff. Like, this is not
Yeah.
going to be good. The trailers weren't funny. I'm like, I'm scared. And what's funny is the stuff that was in the trailers, which wasn't funny, was probably the funniest part of the movie. And it was just so bad, dude. And it's a crying shame. And I wonder if they really regret it. I'm like, guys, why are you guys shitting on your legacy like this?
I didn't laugh once, I don't think.
No, I didn't laugh a single time. When I went to the movie theater to see that, it was the quietest movie theater I've ever seen. Nobody laughed. My entire theater was quiet. And it was one of those situations where you're kind of embarrassed to be there.
Yes, because
yeah,
I didn't. You went to go see it in the theater, and I didn't. I waited till
Mhm.
it came out on streaming.
Yeah, I went with a couple brothers, and like, dude, it was crickets. And when you're going to see a movie that's supposed to be making you laugh, and not a single person is laughing, in addition to, it's a sequel to the funniest movie of all time. I was humiliated for the filmmakers, and so I just don't even know why it was it. And to me, Dumb and Dumber 2 was it was a whole movie of all the unfunny shit they cut out of this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like the catheter bit and all this
Yeah.
stuff. Like, it just goes a little too far. None of it was funny. I really
I remember seeing Dumb and Dumber in the theater. I saw that. That was stupid too, but
yeah. Well, that one's not as offensive. You son of a bitch. That one's not as offensive because it's, you know, different casts and all that stuff. But
you blame me. Let me count that gurgling sound.
Check, please. Yeah, it just sucks. Which, you know, if you guys want us to do Dumb and Dumber 2 sometime, I'll sit through that piece of shit.
Yeah, I've only seen it once.
Yeah. You'd have to watch it again, though, just to bone up for it. I tried watching it again. You know, I actually bought the Blu-ray because the Blu-ray was on sale a few years ago, like on Black Friday, for like $3. And I said, you know what? For $3, I'm gonna curiosity. I'm gonna watch this again. And I actually fell asleep. I didn't finish it. It's just not good. It's just boring and it's just not funny. I don't even like the plot. It's just really dumb.
Was he gonna go find his daughter or something?
Yeah. Freda Felcher comes back in the picture. I believe it's Kathleen Turner, and she basically pulls like a Father's Day. You ever see that movie with Robin Williams and Billy Crystal?
Yeah.
Where she tells him, "Hey, you guys have a son. He's missing. It's one of yours. I don't know who it is." And she does it. She manipulates these fucking two guys just so they'll do all the fucking dirty work the cops aren't doing and that they're not doing to go find her son. When in reality, it wasn't any of their father. It was their real dad who was at home just fucking chilling. So, but that's the same thing. Like Freda Felcher, I think she says, "Hey, you got a son," and I think it's one of those situations where they don't know who it is. It's Harry or Lloyd or whatever. I don't know. There's probably like an incestuous thing too, like where one of them's like in love with the. Oh, I think it's what it is. I think it's Harry's daughter, and then Lloyd. That's the new Mary. Lloyd actually has a thing for Harry's daughter because she's hot. And that causes a little bit of contention in the story. But then they find out that it's really Lloyd's daughter. And at the end.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, some of these setups are kind of funny. It's just the movie fucking sucks, dude. Oh, big gulps, huh? Everybody's. Oh, I love that key, dude. The nunchuck key. This is a funny gag, really clean, where it's just like the dog pissing, dude.
She's funny too. I mean, especially when she talks about breaking up with her boyfriend.
For God's sake, just give me the damn number.
Okay, 555. I have a good memory.
Oh, that's my old number. Like, cool. Both of them. Like,
You're leaking.
Stupid dad humor, dude, but it's great. This is where the movie shines. Yeah, but this is I love this. He's doing the swirls. We all used to do the swirls as a kid, dude. Oh yeah. Dun, dun. That slide. For Manly Love, be here March 25th at 2:15 a.m. sharp. You know, I don't know. You know what's funny is when I watched this as a kid, I had to have known what that meant, but I never really thought too hard about it. For Manly Love, I just don't think I really thought about it too hard. But I just love that.
I love Seabass's face, dude, when he opens the door. He's like in ecstasy, dude.
Oh, yeah. He always got this like pleasant surprise look on his face, like, oh.
Yeah.
This is the brilliance of Jim Carrey's physical acting. His expressions are crazy. And that this scream is one of the funniest damn parts.
Yeah.
And I think that was one of my dad's favorite parts ever, the find a happy place. Oh, yeah. My dad used to say it all the time with anybody, like he's going to his happy place right now. You just got to go to your happy place when you're fucking getting it. You just gotta peel over.
Oh,
he used to say that about my dogs, dude. I used to have 2 dogs, and one of them was like the dominant. He like trying to be like fucking the other one, and he's like a boy just getting graped, dude. And he's like, he's fine, he's happy place. He just rolls over and fucking takes it at this point. Jesus, dude. Oh, smoking, dude. Back in the good old days where you could smoke on film.
Oh God, I know, man.
You can't.
Why can't you smoke on film? That doesn't make any sense.
They don't let you smoke on. If you do,
really,
there's like contingencies. Like if you ever notice now, if anybody has a cigarette on film, there always has to be a line injected where, like, cigarettes, those things can kill you.
Are you kidding? They can't have.
You don't notice that? Now, whenever they have anybody smoking, if they do, there's always a throwaway line they have to throw in the script where it's always like something like that, like, those things will kill you. All right, mom. And they have to write something in to show you that, hey, smoking's not healthy. Even though Ronald Reagan, used to tell you they were great and cool and all those ads back in the day. Find out. So what was he going to do? Like face fuck him? Was he going to skull fuck him, dude? What is he doing?
I think he was.
Yeah, he's like a cock meat sandwich, dude.
Yeah.
It didn't look like he got hit in the face, but okay. But he broke his nose. So fucking stupid. the thumb suck is great.
Harry's physical acting is great too, though. He goes.
Yeah, they're both brilliant, and the way the scenes cut into new scenes are just as funny as the scenes preceding him. Like when we get to see it next, when we next come back to them, we just see Lloyd holding his knees. I told you nothing happened, Harry. Now just drop it. Is it? Oh yeah, okay, sure, whatever. That's so freaking funny, dude. I love that because that's the way friends would be, dude. I'd be giving whoever shit too. Like, oh yeah, your boyfriend Seabass in there. They were driving a I don't remember the year. What's the year? Sheepdog. I don't remember.
Yeah, Sheepdog. Yeah.
My dad was a dark dude. He had some demons for sure. I told you said that. Just drop it. Holding his knees. I love it. Well, he should be thanking his lucky stars, dude. It could have been much worse. What if Harry would have walked in there with his fucking face full of cock, dude? He's clearly better now. Big
never gonna see your friend the same way again if you see that.
Oh yeah, I'd have to unfriend you fast, dude. Like I saw you with a cock drilled in your mouth, Todd. I can't do this. Can't unsee that. Some people just weren't cut out for life in the road. Oh yeah, this is where he takes the wrong.
He goes to Nebraska instead of Aspen.
Hey, this movie put Nebraska on the map, dude.
Yeah.
How many movies actually give Nebraska well, there's obviously the Alexander Payne movie, Nebraska.
About Schmidt.
Yeah. Well, that's an Alexander Payne movie.
Yeah, that's another one.
And he did the movie Nebraska too.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I was wondering when you wake up. No, there was another Jim Carrey. There's another Lincoln reference in Yes Man
Oh yeah, where
where
he's at
they
the university. Yeah.
no, well they go. The thing is, he doesn't say yet no to anything. He says yes to everything. And him and Zoe Deschanel, they just randomly go to the airport. Like, let's go on a random trip. Like the first flight that's leaving, and they're like Lincoln, Nebraska. Like, okay, I guess we're going to Lincoln. So yeah, 2 Lincoln references. Oh, my mom's in the chat. Hold on. Oh, what's up, gamer guy? Sorry, I didn't see you there. I've always thought about opening up a crab shop and calling it I Got Crabs. I got worms. That's what we're gonna
Yeah.
call it. My mom's in the chat. Tu Wong Fu. No, Tu Wong Fu, they filmed some of it in Nebraska. I don't think they ever acknowledged Nebraska in the movie. They just filmed it. And that was a road movie to a degree too, before they, you know.
I don't think we can do a commentary on Tu Wong Fu now.
I think Tu Wong Fu is pretty dang funny. I think it's a pretty funny movie.
Nowadays, though.
It's funny. It's got John Leguizamo in it, though. He was okay
Wesley
doing it.
Snipes as a woman.
It's funny because they play it straight the whole time. I mean, pun intended. But they literally never break character, and everybody in this small town they end up in sees them as women. And there's never a moment where it's like, you're a dude, never. And they just really just fucking commit to it. And it's just Patrick Swayze, this buff guy with a big Adam's apple. It's just ridiculous.
I think he plays the best looking woman out of all of them, doesn't he? Patrick Swayze.
Well, the girliest of them all is John Leguizamo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
And fucking Wesley Snipes, the ugliest woman.
Yeah.
So,
oh no, never mind. Yeah. It's John Leguizamo. That's for sure.
Yeah, he would have fooled you. You would have woke up the next day with a fucking like what? With regrets. Mike Starr is underrated. Loved him as an exploitation producer in Ed Wood. You know, Mike Starr also taught me the term blue balls too. He was in that Son of Sam movie, that Spike Lee, and he was getting on with BB Newworth, and he got interrupted. He's like, "Oh, great, now I got blue balls." Like, oh, got it. I wonder if Happy Gilmore got the idea from that Dumb and Dumber scene. Which one? What are we talking about? Which one are we talking about?
I don't know.
Trying to like see.
Yeah.
John Denver's full of shit, man. We need a double feature commentary of Tu Wong Fu and Joanna Man. Now, Joanna Man, I never saw, man. I didn't ever watch that.
Joanna Man. Who's in that?
Enchiladas, dude. It's got Miguel Nunez.
Oh,
enchiladas.
Yeah, Miguel Nunez.
Yeah, he had like an opportunity to actually star in a comedy. It was kind of crazy. He had like half a second there where he almost was becoming a thing, and I don't think it really took off for him. How many miles a gallon can you get on that hog? Totally redeem yourself. What's so funny is that was Harry's customized vehicle he gave away.
He traded that in.
Like how much money he dumped into that thing, dude. So
that little bike, dude.
Like crotch rocket. Trade some kid in town for it straight up. Get 50 miles a gallon.
Can you imagine taking a road trip on that thing, dude?
I mean, how fast is that going? 30 miles an hour? I love it when they got all the bugs and shit on their face. You know,
I ate a big June bug. I'm not really hungry.
I don't know if I really understood it when I first saw it when he was stuck to him.
Oh yeah,
because he peed on him. Just go, man. Wow, it's really warm. And I think when I first saw it, I probably just figured, oh, it's cold. They're stuck together, but it's obviously the piss. That's probably a thing. I don't know if I understood. I love that, dude. So Stu, we're there. I still never been to Colorado.
All plastered their faces.
Just go, man. So is Harry from Speed related to Harry from Dumb and Dumber? Yeah, it's funny. They're both named Harry, right?
Harry from Vic.
That intro scene with Jeff Daniels dying in the elevator shaft in Speed, that whole intro scene is one of the greatest, like, first scene opening to an action movie. It's really great.
That movie's huge in the 90s, I remember.
Yeah, it was like it was like Matrix before Matrix. It was one of those big movies where everybody just, we were just talking about it earlier, the National Lampoons. They do it in that. What do you do? Pop quiz. Everybody was doing it.
How have you not seen Senior Trip? Maybe we should do that sometime.
Yeah, I want to watch it. I just never got around to watching it, man. But I will. I love Matt Frewer.
Yeah, it's
and Matt Frewer as the principal, and he's got like the earrings, and he looks in the school bus and makeup. Yeah, I've seen the trailer a million times. I've just I need to finally put it together. Ambitious burns hotter than luxury. Yeah, Mary should have gave him a chance.
There, man.
Senior Trip, directed by Hellraiser Bloodline mastermind Alan Smithy. Was that an Alan Smithy thing? That's it can't be that bad though. Come on. Or you want to disown it? I could see if it was a filmmaker that cut his chops later on like a really like the English Patient. He's like, people can't know I fucking did that. Look at the butt on that. Be honest, Todd. Which one do you look at first? Probably go straight to the guy. What are your
Guilty.
eyes? She'll probably, if I know Mary, she'll invite us right in for tea and scrumpets.
Yeah.
I don't know. That word's good. Good idea. Where she live? I don't know.
Tea and scrumpets. That's
Slippy, slappy, swami.
Samsonite.
I've still never been to Colorado though, but I need to. This movie makes me really want to go.
I've been once, and yeah, I thought it was nice. I need to go back as well.
But like, I know it's altitude related, but how are these like mountain towns, these ski towns, like always covered in snow? Or
that
you pretty
I
much
don't
have to
know.
go into the mountains.
That I don't know. In Aspen, I've never.
This is always where they cut the commercial. Great. So what do we do now? This is always where they cut the commercial on TV. This is the funniest scene in the movie.
Oh yeah,
hands down.
My hands are kind of sweaty.
No, the whole scene. Extra gloves. This whole scene. The Harry, he screams, "Your hands are freezing. I'm gonna throw that damn curse in that damn pond." Harry, you got that crazy look in your eyes. I think this is just the funniest damn fucking scene in the whole thing. My favorite, hands down. And we haven't even gotten to the real crux of the story where it's like they're fighting over Mary and stuff. That stuff is hilarious. Fuck yeah, we're in the Rockies. Jeez. Yeah. So
I'm gonna kill you, Lloyd.
Is this I know you say it's the funniest movie ever, but is this your favorite Jim Carrey movie?
Yeah.
And if so, okay, so what's number 2? How do you rank the Jim Carrey movies? And they're going to be classic era, I'm sure.
Well, let me pull up his IMDb real quick.
You need the IMDb.
He has a lot, dude.
I don't like The Mask. I think The Mask, I can't watch The Mask. I never liked it when I was a kid.
You didn't? I saw that in the theaters as well. I like The Mask.
Oh, Blaine, is that Jeremy Renner, the guy that looks like Matt Stone?
Yeah.
The guy that looks like the South Park dude?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm just kind of like picturing it in my head right now. Interesting. Wow, I bet you he disowns it. Well, now I really want to watch it. I might try and watch it, see if it's streaming anywhere tonight.
I would go Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura. God, I don't know whether I like 1 or 2 better. As I gotten older,
2's funnier.
I've liked 2 more. But when I was younger, I loved 1.
2's funnier. It's got the rhino scene alone, dude.
Yeah, so I'd probably go 2 and then 1. And then
it's got the rhino scene. It's got him pushing that guy on the hot coals and walking over.
Yeah. Yes Man. I always liked Yes Man.
But that's not in the top.
No, it's not in the top. Cable Guy, though. God. Cable Guy's got to be number 2.
Cable Guy's number 2. 100%. Cable Guy. And then probably I really like Truman Show.
Truman Show's great. Yeah, it's really good.
That's like a 10 out of 10 great drama.
Yeah.
But if we're not counting dramas, then it's probably rounded out with the Nature Calls for sure.
Fun with Dick and Jane, no.
There you go.
Me, Myself, and Irene, no. Batman Forever. I still enjoy Batman Forever as bad as it is.
Yeah, no thanks. You can keep it. Jim Carrey tried his hardest, but
Rubber Face.
Oh, old school.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Number 23 isn't bad either. Man on the Moon.
You like that, dude? I think I saw it in theaters. That's a forgettable movie.
Bruce Almighty, never really got into those.
Man on the Moon isn't as good. I love this when they're crying to the Pacific Bell commercial.
Oh yeah.
Will she ever make it home?
What's on next? Eternal Sunshine's good. I always like that. The Majestic's
Overrated.
really good. Have you
I
seen The
watched.
Majestic?
No, I've never seen The
You need
Majestic.
to see that. That's a good drama.
Let's see here. Gamer Guy.
Romantic comedy. Sorry.
Truman Show is my favorite serious Carrey film. Ace Ventura 2 is probably my favorite funny role. Yeah, I think Truman Show is the best serious in my opinion. Ace Ventura 2, no, dude. Dumb and Dumber is it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Man, I don't know about that. Blaine, this is Carrey's opus. At firing on all cylinders. He was so hot that he brought the best out in a dramatic actor too, man. I mean, just I don't think Harry would have been nearly as good with another actor.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, the Cable Guy. I mean, I saw that in the theaters, and I liked it. I wasn't.
As I've gotten older, I've appreciated the Cable Guy.
I love Cable Guy.
You know
now.
what? I actually, this might be sacrilege. I might call Cable Guy the number 3 over. I could probably watch Cable Guy more than Ace Ventura 2 these days.
Oh, absolutely. You mean number 2? It is number 2.
What do you mean? Oh no,
Dumb and Dumber than Cable Guy.
No, Dumb and Dumber, Liar Liar, maybe Cable Guy.
Oh, I forgot about Liar Liar. No, I would go Cable Guy too for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I just didn't understand Cable Guy as a kid. And then you get older and you kind of learn what a dark comedy is and a black comedy and all that stuff. And then it's brilliant. It goes from being like, because nobody, as a kid, I wasn't expecting this. Like, where is this isn't like the slapsticky type of movie that I wanted. But
no, and that's probably why it bombed. But
yeah, it was brilliant though. Would have been interesting had Chris Farley survived to do it, because Chris Farley was supposed to do it.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we did a commentary on that. So if anybody wants to go back and watch that one.
Oh yeah, that wasn't that was some months back. That was
ago.
really good. No, it wasn't a couple years ago. That was the last one that Zach was on, and Mac. We did a 4-way of that.
Oh, we did.
That wasn't that long ago.
Oh.
That was last year.
Maybe it was a year ago.
Yeah. Kick-Ass 2. I never saw Kick-Ass 2. I saw the first Kick-Ass with Nick Cage.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of those.
Yeah, it wasn't super alluring to me. Blaine's all for number 2 being Cable Guy. It really is smart and funny.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it's got my boy Eric Roberts in a small part too. Let's see.
Oh God, those toenails, dude.
This you see, my dad died laughing at this part. So great. This really truly is lightning in a bottle. The two of their performances, the soundtrack, the level of pushing it with the jokes, etc. Yeah, no, for sure. I don't think even by this time Jim Carrey made a lot of money, right? Because all these movies were happening so fast. But maybe I think by the time this one came out, was Jim Carrey able to be like, hey, I get some dough now. I'm the guy.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I'm the guy from Mask. I'm the guy from
Ace Ventura. Yeah.
Rest in peace, Terry Garr. She passed away not that long ago. Plays Mary's stepmom. I love this when he just swats him in the back of the. All right, he's gonna hit him.
Knocks his hat off.
He's got a Tanya Harding his ass. Oh, time out.
Put us down for 4 in case we want seconds.
Yeah. Blaine would go Dumb, Cable, Ace. Interesting. No Liar Liar in the top 3, huh?
Liar Liar's good, but I mean,
it was. I think it's the first time. Well, no, he played a straight man. Stanley Ipkiss was a straight character, but The Mask wasn't. But in Liar Liar, he's just like a regular guy. He's not stupid. He's not Ace Ventura. He's in all this stuff. I don't know. I like the first Ace Ventura too. I need to go back and rewatch it. The commentary for Cable Guy has been the official commentary for Cable Guy is Ben Stiller, Jack Black, and Jim Carrey hanging out. It's great. Yeah, I gotta watch that. Then I don't think I ever saw that. Ben Stiller is kind of fucking despicable these days. He's kind of annoying, but
yeah.
But I love me some Tony Perkis. What was the movie I was watching? I was watching that movie they did, Starsky and Hutch. The one with him and Owen Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw him reprise the character from Tony Perkins, his dad, the guy who owns the big Tony.
Oh, really?
Yeah, He went into like incognito and he played the Big Tony character again. Hey, he's the same character. I'm like, he must have just like used to pull that out all the time. But he played the same guy in Starsky and Hutch. It's pretty funny.
He hasn't directed really much anything.
Well, he did. The last thing I think he directed was the
Zoolander 2.
Well, he directed Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
And he probably did Severance too. I mean, I think that's kind of his thing. He probably directed Severance. If not the whole thing, he probably did an episode or two.
Reality Bites. I don't remember that. Do you?
Yeah, I remember that. Was Winona Ryder. I watched it once, so I don't remember. Okay. Actually, I don't remember. I know the movie. We already got the Tuxus. He's got a grapist wit. Fuck. I don't see that's something I didn't get as a kid. I had rapist wit. I'm like, okay, I guess that's a good thing. But like it's I guess you have to
do anything to boner. That's a special feeling.
Yeah, and you know what? I don't know if I really that registered either.
Yeah.
You do anything to boner? That's a special yeah, I don't know if that registered either. I love that.
She's an angel.
He's a pussy. This is like all of us in high school, right?
Hey, Harry's got some nuts.
Well, he's going there on behalf of his friend. You know, it's a little different. Did you ever get accosted by somebody and they just wanted to pass off like their hot friend, their ugly friend, dude, to you?
All the time.
It's like, hey, somebody decent looking comes up, like, hey, wow, Amal, I got this friend. She's too shy to meet you, and she's like a fucking a truck, dude. She's like a semi
troll, dude. Yeah.
What would you say? You'd lie and be like, sorry, I'm attached. I'm married. What would you do?
I don't know. I'd entertain it, but I would give her the wrong. I would give her the wrong phone number or something.
Like entertain it? How? I mean, like you take him out for the day and then do your thing.
Just be like, hey, here's my phone number.
Pinky stinky dude, and then give him the wrong number.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far, but
yeah. Let's see. Escape from Dannemora is good. What is that?
The owls are beautiful.
Nice set of Hooters. Yeah. So, have you ever had experience like this? Like a Harry and anybody in the chat ever have a Harry and Lori experience where like you were like two-timing a friend or something similar? Or maybe not like two-timing, but like in this case, Lloyd doesn't have dibs on Mary. It's just the girl he likes. Like for all we know, like Mary doesn't, you know, you've never been in a situation like that with anybody?
I probably have, but I wouldn't act on it, no.
She touched my leg.
Any unusual breeding? No, mostly just doggy style.
I didn't get that either. Oh, that's actually a good point. I didn't get that either. I didn't get that joke at all. We called it a bullshit. Yeah. You didn't get that in the theater, did you? When you saw that?
The doggy style?
Yeah. You didn't get that.
Oh, I'm sure I did because I used to listen to doggy style album all the time. Snoop Dogg. Yeah.
You even know what that meant though?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
We hung out. We didn't live in the best neighborhood growing up.
You're golden. I got you a date with her. I always watch the oh, that's right. Harry Dunn. Nice to meet you both. Pleasure to meet you both. Yeah, Terry Gardner recently passed away. She was in Mr. Mom, which is a great movie. I love Mr. Mom with Michael Keaton. That's a feel-good movie. I think that's a real easy movie to rewatch.
Mr. Mom, yeah.
Yeah, I love Mr. Mom. And Gung Ho as well. That was really good too. That's got the donger in it, dude. And that was a Ron Howard film. So put out the vibe. I think everybody's done that.
Forget about your friend for a night.
Sure.
What do you say?
But Terry Garr was a lot older than Michael Keaton in that movie, you know, and it showed. But that's a great movie. Mark Mole passed away too. Who's in that? You know, he's not around either.
How old was Terry?
I mean, older. But she was older than Michael Keaton in that movie. Michael Keaton was really young.
Oh, she's 79. Okay.
Yeah, she was old. Michael Keaton in that movie.
She just died.
Michael Keaton was kind of unrealistically young to be portraying a father with those kids and everything else and that kind of thing. What about an underrated comedy? You know what I think an underrated 90s comedy is? Speaking of Michael Keaton, Multiplicity.
God, I haven't seen that in forever.
That's a great movie.
I remember
really like.
liking it.
Yeah, I think that was directed by Egon, dude. I think that's a Harold Ramis movie. That's really funny. I really like it.
I do love the American Pie movies, man. I know you're not a big fan of them, but I love them, man. They're a staple
I
in my
would.
house.
I don't know why at the time they're okay, but I think I would appreciate them now going back, because now they're really like a period piece. It's
Yeah.
when they were out, I was a little bit snobby where I'm like, what is this new age, these new age comedies we're getting into? I was more into Stripes and Ghost, but I liked the older comedy. I felt I was sophisticated, but you know what? Those movies are 20 plus years old now, 25 years old. So now I could probably appreciate
Even
them more.
I don't know, the Austin Powers probably don't hold up. I used to like him back in the 90s.
Hey, you know what? Austin Powers got so beat to the ground, you didn't want to
Mhm.
watch him ever again.
Yeah.
But for the first time in years, me and the missus, we had a marathon of the first 3 Austin Powers movies
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, and I fucking was dying laughing. I'm
Oh,
like, I
yeah,
think it's
yeah.
okay to like this again. It's been dead for a while. All right, because back then it's like nobody was shut up with the stupid Austin Powers quotes. That was another one. Just like everybody was spoofing it on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, behave, shag now, shag later. It got so old, but with some distance, dude, it really is funny. It's really, really.
Oh, Mike
really,
Myers
really.
is hysterical, man.
Well, I think they're probably going to do. I wonder why they don't do Austin Powers 4 forever, but I think they will. And I think somebody asked him at an event, Austin Powers 4, and he just kind of gave like a stay tuned answer.
Really?
He'd be crazy not to.
He should.
He probably got burnt out at doing 3 back-to-back Austin Powers movies, and he wanted to do some other stuff, and he did like the Love Guru, and nobody liked that. And
no, that movie sucked.
And then he showed up in Inglourious Bastards, for one scene. The worst scene in Inglourious Bastards, by the way. I like Inglourious Bastards a lot, but that one dragged out scene where he's giving Michael Fassbender his mission. You remember it? It just kind of goes on and on and on and on. And then he just kind of disappeared. But I think you could bring Austin Powers back now. And they probably missed the boat on it, but I always said they should have did another Wayne's World.
Yeah,
They should. They did Wayne's World 1 and 2 back to back, the back-to-back years, I think. And they could just do a Bill and Ted 3 situation and bring them back old, and people would be all for it. I mean, it would be interesting to see what Wayne and Garth would be like as these old heshers, just like kind of the Bill and Ted thing. I mean, but the thing is when you have the only 2 movies in the series coming out in the early 90s, it's such a timepiece to a period piece of the early 90s. I just don't know if it would have the same vibe.
Kind of Coneheads. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't make another Coneheads.
I love Coneheads. Yeah. I think Coneheads is awesome.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, that's a movie that my wife likes. She's like, "Oh, I like that movie," because I can never tell with her. I'm like, sometimes it's something stupid, and Coneheads is stupid. Don't kid yourself.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And she actually really liked it. The stupid scenes, him eating the toilet paper and stuff like that. It's just ridiculous.
Vacuuming.
And all the cameos in that. You got Kramer as the motel clerk and stuff, and Sinbad's in there, and you got what's his face, Adam Sandler. Kind of a who's who of SNL at the time. It's fantastic. Yep. Lobby bar. Right at the lobby. This guy must have saved one of the Farrelly brothers' life or something, because he shows up in all the Farrelly brothers movies, the bartender. She has dinner.
Were you ever a fan of like the Blues Brothers, those films?
Never got into Blues Brothers. And we already had this discussion, but speaking of what's his face, the director, Blues Brothers, come on, guy killed kid, what's his fucking name, cussed me out,
John Landis.
Yeah, how could I forget John Landis? Guy fucking chewed me out, and the guy's an asshole. But I don't love why can't I spit it out, dude? John Belushi, fucking Animal House.
Oh, Animal House is great, man.
I just don't connect with the Animal House, man. And it kind of goes into what I was saying before. It's like a lot of kids aren't going to find that old comedy funny today. And maybe it's because I never really watched Animal House growing up as a kid, that I watched it as an adult. Like, I just don't connect with it. It's just a certain type of humor. But I enjoy Stripes and stuff. So, Maybe it's just time, place, circumstance, and I didn't get to watch it.
There's one movie I've seen parts of, and I thought was pretty dang funny, but I never saw the whole thing, was MacGruber. Did you ever watch
I
MacGruber?
never watched MacGruber.
There were some parts I thought was pretty funny. I need to go back and watch that. I've never seen it all the way.
I think he's is that Will Arnett? Who's that?
Yeah, Will
Yeah,
Arnett.
he's funny.
Yeah.
I liked his show Last Man on Earth or
I
whatever.
love that show. Yeah, that was
It got
funny.
canceled after a few seasons. It's too bad. It was really funny.
Yeah.
It's time to bring back Austin Powers. I agree, dude. What else is he doing? Right, when Mr. Andre is booking his flight and asks if he can get a vegetarian meal is hilarious to me. Well, I mean, because he's a stuck-up asshole. Can I get a vegetarian plate? Can you really do that? I've never.
It's Will Forte, not Will.
Oh,
Arnett.
Will Forte. Who did I say?
Will Arnett.
Will Arnett's the Lego Batman. The other
Yeah.
guy, the guy from whatever, same guy. Will Forte's funny. I love it when he takes the ice ball and just fucking plummets it. It's so funny. It could have went horribly wrong, but luckily she thought she was cool with it. Come on. Yeah, I can't remember the last time I had a snowball fight either, dude. I don't miss snow, but I never got to do that too much growing up, man. Yeah, I remember one time we lived next to some land where we had a really cool hill. We'd get to sled down, but pretty much never really got to do that stuff.
It hasn't snowed here all year, so
it's unseasonably hot.
Yeah,
it's bullshit. I love he's like suffocating her, dude, shoving her face in the snow.
Come on.
I think the funniest, I mean, it is kind of the easy laugh, but I do more so than his diarrhea. I love when he's driving and it gets attacked and we just have Lloyd as the witch. That's hilarious to me. The turbo lax, yeah. Oh, this is funny too. My dad used to laugh at this all the time.
Care.
No, and I don't care. I'm like that with my wife, dude. No, I'm just kidding. I don't say it to her face. Come on, man. You've been there, right?
He came home dead drunk and tried to fix the sink.
You ever have somebody in your family try and tell you about their day, dude, and you just try and entertain it?
Absolutely.
And it's just like, yeah, you just kind of like, and I don't see how they can't see my soul leaving my body. Like I just sit there and like,
you're pretty good actor there.
I nod, yeah.
She's
like
dinner.
Sorry. She's always given me Lisa Turtle vibes, dude.
Yeah.
Lark Voorhees.
She does look like Lark.
Yeah, God rest her soul. I mean, she's not dead, but she lost her mind or something, right?
Yeah. I think we went over that before.
I don't know. We landed on the moon. No way. Did we though? Did we really land on the moon?
Who knows nowadays?
What do you believe? What
do I believe?
My only thing is I'm not like really big into like thinking too hard on that shit. But my only question is, if we landed on the moon, why haven't we been back? Why do we go there and we beat the Russians to the space race and we never go back? That's the only thing that makes me raise an eyebrow. That's really it. That's the only thing. I don't know if it was a Stanley Kubrick production or if I'd go that far.
I think it was a Stanley Kubrick production. I think we've been to space, but I don't think we've been to the moon.
But Mo, look, the only thing that makes me have pause is why haven't we gone back? It makes no sense. Well, my mom's in the chat. Of course, she's going to say no. My mom believes every conspiracy has ever been conspired. It's so funny.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. It's interesting. It's interesting. There's some interesting theories out there.
Hey, Mom, who killed JFK? We're going to find out, right?
Didn't that already come out?
No, they didn't. No.
Wasn't it the passenger and the dude in the passenger seat?
When did that come out? I know he signed it to be released, and he said the next 14 days or something.
I don't know. There's so much going on. I don't think we actually know yet. Nothing surprises me nowadays.
He's got the greatest cry throw up ever, dude.
Yeah.
My dad used to die laughing at that too. It's pretty funny. I still do that. That's funny. She wanted to meet. She told me she meet you.
That pisses me right off.
I love that, dude. Great acting. Giving off. That pisses me right off. The CIA. Okay, Mom. The CIA did it. That pisses me right off. She wanted to meet you. God, dude. I want that robe.
I have that robe. Not that one, but I got a new robe for Christmas. It's been a godsend.
I just thought she was a raging alcoholic. And Jim Carrey's playing it so great here, like the all this time.
Hey, good. Hey, Harry, old buddy, old pal. Such hell.
He's such hell for nothing. He's playing it. He's playing the role of I know, but you don't know I know so well.
Yeah. Probably just stay in and catch a flick.
Hey, Harry, old funny old pal. Okay. 10 in the morning. You know, am I Mandela affecting this too? No, maybe they didn't. They should have filmed this at the Stanley Hotel, or was some of the same Shining places? Did they use some of that for this too, or am I just making that up? Whether it was like interior or exterior. Am I totally just making that up?
Let me look.
Whatever you think of Hippie Chances.
It was filmed in the Stanley.
Was it?
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber?
Yeah.
I knew it. Okay, I knew I wasn't crazy. And yet nobody it's still outshined by The Shining. Because I don't think people really know
that. The Shining was filmed in Oregon.
They use the Stanley as the exterior or the
right? They used Stanley as the
interior.
No, I don't think they did that. The idea, I think, was the Stanley Hotel.
Was the Stanley not done at all? Like not even for the exterior or anything?
Let me look. I don't think it was.
I thought it had something to do with it, but it wasn't everything.
No, I think that Stephen King was basing it off of
let's call that guy from the Stanley again and ask him. All right, so yeah, this is the best part. You ever have that feeling, dude? You get the bubble guts, dude. And you're like,
all the time.
Yeah,
I get that. I get that at work too, dude.
Where the older you get,
pinch and I gotta like walk like a duck, dude.
The older you get, the less control you have over your bowels and your bladder, dude.
It's so embarrassing, dude.
It happens to me when I'm walking my dog, dude. Like, because my dog will make me take him on like long ass walks, and then the further and further away I get, and I feel the bubbles. You try and time it, like, okay, I'm feeling like a bubble number 1 now. I can make it home. And sometimes I fly too close to the sun, dude. I'm like fucking running my ass off to get home, but you're, like you said, you're clenching. You're like kind of like running, waddling. And I've been lucky every time except for that one time that Zach still has that picture of me where I fucking unleashed right when I got in my front yard, man. I was so close.
Do you ever miss like this when you're pulling them down, dude?
And you blow on your fucking back of your toilet?
Yeah, bowl? Or something like that, dude.
Sounds like you have.
Well, absolutely have, man.
Yeah, and you just sitting there, spend the next 15 minutes wiping it up with toilet paper, dude, cleaning it. Your fucking wife's like, Todd, what are you doing in there? Be right out.
I'm just saving.
God, the fucking the plight of only having one bathroom, dude. I can only imagine.
I got 2 bathrooms.
We do?
Yeah, I got a main hallway bathroom, which is mine, and then my wife uses the master bathroom.
Oh, there's a bathroom in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. I didn't know that. Okay. So that clears it up. Because I used to I don't know, I used to feel sorry for her, but man, the one bathroom, Todd probably just destroys this thing.
My kids clog it all the time, dude. I don't clog it, but they do.
That's funny. Yeah, I think we've all had that experience. I mean, I'm on record with having those experiences. I've talked about them ad nauseum. You know, I've had that experience. The story about the friend's basement, dude. Yeah, I was literally just like bending over and I just projectile shotgun blasted the wall and everything. It's fucking terrible.
I had to get one of those turbo plungers on Amazon. They're kind of like plastic ones, but they fold up like an accordion.
Oh yeah.
And like you do
it like more 3 powerful times. Or something?
Yeah, 3 times and it gets built up, like all the pressure just like shoots like Yeah, so it actually works better than the old-fashioned plungers, which you're doing that for like an hour.
Oh, here we go.
Current
Yeah,
affair.
current affair. Well, so be honest though. So that's your house. Todd's been on record as to saying he was this guy that would go on his lunch break to Barnes and Nobles.
All the
He would
time.
he would get a magazine off the shelf and
Yeah.
take it into the shitter, and
Yeah.
then put the magazine back on the shelf when he leave.
Absolutely.
He's an absolute cretin, like lowest of the low,
And
right?
I used to
And
do it with, like, all the video game magazines too, like, just rip them open, the plastic, dude, and then I just leave the plastic there, and then yeah.
you're probably the reason why there's no bathrooms in there anymore.
No, there's still a
I
bathroom
figure
in
it's for all of
mine, and I
my Barnes Nobles doesn't have a bathroom anymore.
really? See, I still
Nope.
go to my Barnes I sent you a photo of one of the stalls.
Oh, okay. Well, so you obviously care a little bit less, obviously, about other people's property because you're taking magazines in there. But so how often have you clogged a Barnes Noble bathroom and
Oh,
said
no,
bye?
you those are like jet engines, dude, when you flush.
Oh no, you've clogged them though.
No, no,
You've
no, no.
never clogged one.
No, not one of those.
You've never clogged and just walked away. I mean, you're not going to
No.
tell anybody about it.
No, I
I
don't
have, rookie. It's like it
No.
starts filling up, dude. It's feeling like, oh, you just walk
No,
away.
those I mean, those toilets are like, yeah, like I said, they're like jet engines, man, when you flush. I
Yeah,
wish I had that on my house, but
Harry should have dropped an upper decker while he was in there, dude.
I know I sent you that photo today.
You ever know anybody that actually did that though?
No, but it's hysterical though.
It's terrible. It's hysterical when it's not you.
Yeah, yeah. Can you
Pat was like,
imagine? Can you
"This
imagine?
will never not be funny." I'm like, "All right, making a note next time if I go to Pat's, leaving up. Pat thinks this is funny. Do it.
Can you imagine like
Cleaning
opening
it
that
up.
up? Yeah,
You'd have
yeah.
to fucking clean it up. You can't just
Yeah,
drain it. You'd have to
I
literally
know.
take. You'd have to put banana gloves on, dude. You
Yeah.
have to go in there and scoop up somebody else's shit. Or in your case, I'd be making my kids do it. Like, boys, you got a chore. That was Dr. Sleaze's job at my dad's restaurant, dude. He was just like general utility. He'd be like, hey, there's the homeless guy that's been sleeping in our trash bin. He shit behind the dumpsters. Go clean it up. My brother just clean the
Well,
homeless
your
people's
brother
shit.
could have took like what, like a colander or whatever or something, and a strainer, and just drained it out of there.
What are you talking about? Strain a guy is shit on the fucking ground, dude. Late.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the upper deckers.
Oh, no, I don't. I've never known anybody that did an
Okay.
upper decker. Yeah, I thought about it maybe. No. Cork out of a shotgun. Gross. Yeah, I was scarred because I remember one time at a Kmart when I was a kid, I went to the restroom and I opened up the stall and there was like a homeless guy taking a shit in there. And he just looked at me kind of dazed and confused. I'm like, oh, and I'd never seen like an old fucking naked guy before.
Oh, when I worked in the grocery store, old people a couple times used to shit themselves, and like they would have like diarrhea in the aisles, dude.
I feel bad, dude, for old people.
It's gross, dude.
I remember working at this we worked at this restaurant and in Branson, and this old man came out of the bathroom and he didn't even realize what he had done. I don't think he did. He's walking out with like his like khaki dress pants or whatever like old people wear,
Mm.
and he just had diarrhea shit running down his ass and down his legs, and it just left a fucking trail of it
Yeah,
and
it's
just
sick.
made him. He probably knew, but I don't know, maybe when you're old you just don't care, and fucking he left, and dude, he was a mess. And my boss, I remember, I think he came up to somebody, one of the dishwashers, my boss at the time, like, hey, he's like, no, I'm not fucking cleaning that, because he make the dishwashers do all that shit. Like, I wash dishes, dude. I'm not your general utility bitch. And I remember my boss, Sterling, at the time, he had to clean it up, dude. He had to clean up this old man's shit everywhere, and terrible. Yeah, but that sucks, man. I feel bad for people like that, you know. My heart goes out as somebody that's shit himself a time or two.
Oh,
My heart
I've done it on a flight, man.
my
That
oh,
was bad.
you shit yourself on a flight?
Yes,
How
dude.
long of a flight?
It was
And
probably
and
about 4 hours.
and how
I
far into the flight did you shit?
it was probably maybe an hour. Like I didn't do
Oh
a
no.
ton, but I did like a decent size,
Oh
and it was
no.
like diarrhea. So I had to
Oh no. It wasn't solid. It was cream of chow. It was
I had to take my boxers off, and I threw them away in the
your sept.
bathroom or
Yeah.
whatever.
Was this in your
And
cargo pants days? I hope not.
no, this was probably about 10 years
Ooh,
ago.
goodness
Like
gracious.
when I'm on a flight, dude, you get bubble gut, dude, for all the
Why
turbulence and
don't you go to the fucking lavatory? Why don't you go? There's a restroom there.
where what are you talking about?
You're on a plane. Why don't you
No,
go to a
that's what I'm
restroom?
saying. That's what I'm saying. But I
Why do you
couldn't
go
make it.
there to shit?
I got up, and once you stand up, you know.
So you sat on it, and I'm guessing your
No,
wife was sitting next to
I
you.
didn't. No, I was going alone. I was going to see my dad.
How
Um,
fortunate for you that nobody
it,
was there to witness it.
but no, I got up and then I squirted out, and then I had to go to the laboratory, and then I ended up
The
throwing my
lavatory, not the laboratory. You're gonna fucking
whatever
test it. You're gonna
lavatory. Yeah.
dissect it, see the source of the shit. Why did I? Okay, Dexter's laboratory.
But yeah, anybody in the laboratory, or
So
I'm
wait,
sure they smelled the shit.
so you threw away the boxers? Did it not
Yeah.
seep through your boxers and get on your pants?
I don't remember if it did or not.
Did you like?
I ended up changing my pants when I got to my next airport because I had a connecting flight.
Oh,
So, but
you
yeah,
didn't check
I
your.
think it did. I think it did. So it probably got on the seat too.
You didn't like. Oh, so it soaked through.
Yeah.
God, dude, terrible. You
So,
had nobody. You had to have somebody next to you. Had,
yeah,
they,
yeah.
they had to have smelled it, dude.
I'm sure they did.
All that just air just circulating in there.
Yeah, I'm sure they did.
Terrible. Yeah, Blaine, that's his job, cleaning shit. He's a nurse, boo.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess you get used to it, but you know.
I,
I had a neighbor whose unit smelled like piss and shit so bad. I really liked him too, but he sadly passed away just recently.
mm.
Oh, well, at least, well, there's no happy ending to that story. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I my only story, I never shit myself on a plane, but believe me, that would be terrifying, man. You're stuck on a situation. And what if you were traveling and you didn't have like a carry-on? Sometimes you don't always have a carry-on,
Yeah,
and you didn't
yeah.
have a pair of pants. Could you not have changed your pants there? It would have been obvious. You can't like go in the upper compartment and pull out a pair of pants and go into the bathroom
Oh
and you
no,
come out with
yeah.
another pair of pants. Because I'd be that guy, I'd be like, hey, that's not what you're wearing when you went in there. I when I was flying from I think it was Moscow to St. Petersburg, I was on a Russian flight, obviously Aeroflot Airlines, and I was eating nothing but deviled eggs. I was on a deviled egg diet.
Gross, dude.
And I was like a lean, mean machine, but I was just nothing but protein. And Todd smelled my gas during those days.
Oh,
Anyway,
made me want
I
to vomit, dude.
dude, I carried around like little bags full of eggs, and I would just like snack on them throughout the day.
Boiled
Anyway,
chicken, dude.
I'm all
That's sick.
I'm on the
You boiled chicken in my apartment, dude. You stunk up the whole place.
I'm on this flight, okay? And for some reason it's a little less embarrassing because nobody speaks English on this flight. I'm on this very ghetto Russian airline with nothing but Russian people, and I'm sitting next to this Russian old guy, and I'm just lighting it up, silent but deadlies, dude, and they're rank. And this guy is just, whatever. You know how it is. Like, well, maybe someone will think it's the person in front of me. They're not gonna pin it on me. This guy's right next to me. He's like reading the paper and he's got glasses. He's old. The whole time he's going, oh, oh. And he's like pushing it back at me. Oh, he's like not even being subtle about it. And for some reason, I found it a little less embarrassing because I felt like I'm not here. It's like when you wear a mask, because they're all, even if he's talking shit about me, they're all speaking Russian, and I'm just the guy that doesn't speak Russian. I don't know. I'm just the dumb foreigner. It felt a little less embarrassing knowing like I couldn't accept their judgment. But this guy for this whole flight, dude, just like, I've never seen somebody act so animated and dramatic, but they were pretty gnarly, dude. Pretty bad. It was bad, dude.
That's funny, man.
And I didn't want to sit there and say sorry because I didn't want to acknowledge my fault, and I want to keep playing.
Rusty. Oh, Rusty.
Yeah. What if he shot you in the face? These booby tassels, dude. You killed my best friend, you bastard. God bless Lloyd Christmas coming around, dude, because I think he fucking was the end of the bowl cut era.
Yeah, I had
Like
a
that,
bowl cut.
we all did, and I had a bowl cut around this time. But when you see his bowl cut, dude, it's like, God, okay, maybe this
It
isn't
was
such a good
terrible.
idea. I mean, I survived the mullet era, I survived the rat tail era, and I survived the bowl cut era. I had a mullet. I never had a rat tail, thank goodness.
I never had to though.
Not you, dummy. You had a rat tail?
No, I didn't. No.
Okay, that's like the white trash. Is the white trash. Sorry if anybody here had a rat tail, and I'm sorry your parents did that to you. But I did have a mullet, and you know what's it? Achy breaky heart was all the rage, dude.
Oh yeah, Billy Ray
It's
Cyrus.
like your parents thought they were doing you a favor, and then you had Home Improvement, dude. And the Home Improvement kids had mullets during the early seasons, dude. And she's like, "Oh, you look just like that cute Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Brad, dude." No one wants to be
mullet.
Brad, dude.
No.
And but yeah, the bowl cuts were the worst, dude. I have some school photos from like elementary school with my bowl cut, and I look precious as can be, dude. Not in a good way. I got like a turtleneck and a sweat. I just, terrible. I would have beat me up, dude.
Can we still be friends?
This is a great song.
Yeah.
Can we still be friends? Sure. He's got a gun. Die. I'm so happy for you. She was worth it, Lloyd. Yeah. But yeah, it's a classic movie. It's a great ending. I've seen it countless times. It probably is up there with the most watched movies I've ever seen.
Oh, I agree.
I
Yeah, I
don't.
mean, it was on cable all the time as well. So
Yeah, it was everywhere.
and
And
they didn't have to edit anything really. Did they edit anything for television?
I don't remember.
I don't remember
It's
either.
not that bad. It's not.
No.
It's not a super raunchy movie or anything. I mean, there's really no language either. Like, look at the butt on that. Like, they don't even say ass, right?
Yeah.
It's
He's got a gun.
yeah, it's fun. I'm so happy for. Thank you both. I see this guy and I'm like, why is this grown ass man wearing an Ernie shirt, dude? I can't take anybody serious with these like, horizontal striped shirts. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Airheads era, dude. Airheads is amazing.
That'd be a great one too, man.
That's one of the best comedies of the 90s.
Yeah.
Very, very rewatchable, kind of like a Wayne's World type thing. It's and I just love the whole setting of the radio station. I like the early into mid 90s rock era, back when like people cared about the radio station and grunge bands and hair bands. It's just so gone and dead now. It's too bad.
Yeah.
I just love the culture. And that's why I like that's why Wayne's World wouldn't be the same today, but that's why I love Wayne's World, man.
Yeah.
I love seeing Meatloaf cameos. I like people listening to Ugly Kid Joe. I like seeing the Van Halen t-shirts and the arrow. It's just so cool to me. And it's like when you got that new Bill and Ted movie, it's Kid Cudi now. It's like, this isn't the same, dude. Yeah. I just, and even it can work. It would have worked if they still would have had Bill and Ted like rocking Van Halen and stuff and like trapped in that era and given us some of that soundtrack, but they just modernized it way too much. And it just kind of bums me out because it comes a point where the time period in which it came out is part of the movie. It really is. It's a character.
I thought Hot Tub Time Machine did a pretty good job for a newer 80s throwback.
Yeah, that movie's funny. My mom loves that damn movie. It is really funny. But that's a period piece. It's just not it did a good job.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
There's just something special about movies filmed at the time and they're authentic.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Period pieces can never quite capture. Obviously, Dazed and Confused is a really good example.
Oh yeah, phenomenal.
Does it really well. But I've said this a lot. You can't. The quintessential '80s movie is Fast Times.
Yep. No, I
like
agree.
it's just they caught it lightning in a bottle. When they're talking about, they're all dressed like Pat Benatar. That's when Pat Benatar was on the fucking charts. It's just so, you can't fake it. Why does his hair look different, dude? Is he wearing a wig? His hair's like light brown and fluffier.
It does.
It's not. Yeah, I kind of feel like, was this like a reshoot? Maybe not. It just looks lighter, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've never noticed that.
Maybe it's the sun. But classic movie. Never gets old. The director's cut can burn in hell.
Yeah, at least they had the theatrical cut online.
Yeah, hopefully it does get a 4K release here soon. But yeah, I mean, what should we do next? I think we got to switch it up, not do a commentary and
Yeah.
not a comedy. What should we do next? So
Mm,
we did Hostel. We've already mentioned that. We did Hostel for the members only. Again, you guys can check that out. Join the link, the join button in the video to check that out. Fantastic. So much fun doing that. It makes me wonder if we should do Hostel 2 for everybody though. Or should we give it a break? Maybe not yet.
I don't. Yeah, let's wait a little bit.
All right, so we'll have to come up with some.
Let's let the hostile one breathe a little bit.
All right. Well, that's all we got. If you guys have any suggestions on what we should do next, let us know. You can join our free Discord. We'll have to link that. Blue Velvet. We got to honor the man somehow, don't we? Maybe. That, you know what? That's probably the most palatable of his movies. It's not. It's like the most digestible for sure. Like I've said it before, Lost Highway is my favorite Lynch movie. I don't know if it would make a good commentary because it's so fucking cerebral.
Yeah.
I don't know. Blue Velvet might be the one if we did one though. I'll have to think on it. But I love David Lynch, and I do think we have to pay tribute to him somehow for sure. So we'll see. Wild at Heart, Straight Story, yeah, maybe. I'll think about it because that one hit hard, man. I think David Lynch. I'm not a huge fan of directors per se. Like, I care more about the films. But outside of John Carpenter, it's David Lynch as far as like just having such a great body of work and consistency and things like that, and a total rock star of the medium for sure. But anyway, speaking of which, I got to finish Silent Hill 2, which is obviously those games are very much influenced by Twin Peaks and David Lynch, yada, 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 yada. But I'm having a great time with that. I think I'm going to try and play some more of that this weekend, man. I got to finish that before I go to trip. Oh, so at the end of the month, your boy is going to Japan. So we're having a baby moon. Now it's going to be a baby moon. We already had the trip planned, but it's going to be a baby moon now. We're going to Japan. I'll be there for 16 days. So I don't know how we're going to handle that. I don't know if we're going to like get stacked on content or if I'll have an opportunity to do like a quick stream with Todd. I wouldn't mind that, but it's just the time is like fucking batshit, the time difference.
What is the time difference?
It's like the next day. It's really hard.
Oh, really?
So I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but what I will be doing is I plan on vlogging and taking lots of little videos and probably giving like daily updates, for the members from Japan. But I'm thinking about also like compiling sort of a vlog videos and making a complete video when I get back. So really looking forward to that. But I will definitely be present during that time. So keep an eye out. But we'll have to I think we should probably stock up a little bit. Just to kind of so I can put some content out ahead of that. But anyway, that'll be fun. And if anybody's been to Japan, I've been there once before. If anybody's been there and has any suggestions of places I should hit up, let me know. All right. So guys, thank you so much. Like the video, all that stuff. See you next week. And yeah.
Thanks for hanging out.
Bye-bye. Happy Wednesday.